In the realm of Aesop's timeless fables, there lies a tale of wit and unexpected discovery. It's the story of the dog and the oyster. Rover's Pearl, a lesson in patience and persistence. Once upon a time, on a sunny day by the seashore, there lived a playful dog named Rover. Rover loved nothing more than running along the beach, chasing seagulls and splashing in the surf. One day, as he was exploring the rocks near the water's edge, he came upon an oyster. Now, Rover had heard tales from the fishermen about oysters containing pearls, and he was eager to find out if this one held such a treasure. With great excitement, Rover sniffed and pawed at the oyster, hoping it would open and reveal a precious pearl inside. He tried biting it and even barking at it, thinking perhaps his strength or noise would coax it open. But no matter how hard he tried, the oyster remained tightly shut. As Rover grew more frustrated, a wise old crab named Krusty watched from a nearby rock. Krusty had seen many creatures like Rover trying to open oysters before, and he knew just what to say. "Hello there, Rover," Krusty called out in his gravelly voice. "What seems to be the trouble?" Rover looked up, a bit embarrassed that he had been caught in his unsuccessful attempts. "I'm trying to open this oyster," Rover explained eagerly, "because I've heard there might be a pearl inside." Krusty chuckled softly. "Ah, yes, pearls can indeed be found in oysters. But you won't get one by barking at it or biting it. You need patience and a gentle touch." Rover tilted his head, curious. "Patience and a gentle touch," he repeated, unsure of what Krusty meant. "Yes," Krusty nodded sagely. "You see, oysters open when they're ready, not when you force them. Try nudging it with your nose, gently." Rover considered Krusty's advice. He approached the oyster cautiously and began to nudge it with his nose, searching for just the right spot. He was careful not to use too much force, remembering what Krusty had said about patience. And then, to Rover's surprise, he felt a slight give in the oyster. With a quiet pop, the shell slowly opened, revealing a shimmering pearl nestled inside. Rover's eyes widened in astonishment and joy. He had done it. The oyster had opened, and he had found a beautiful pearl. Rover gently picked up the pearl in his mouth, careful not to drop it. He looked over at Krusty, who was watching with a knowing smile. "Thank you, Krusty." Rover barked happily, the pearl gleaming between his teeth. "I never would have opened the oyster without your advice." Krusty nodded, pleased to have helped. "Remember, Rover," he said wisely, "patience and persistence often lead to the greatest rewards." From that day on, whenever Rover played on the beach or explored the shore, he remembered Krusty's words. He knew that sometimes, the most valuable treasures come not from force or haste, but from patience, perseverance, and a gentle touch. And so, the story of The Dog and the Oyster teaches us all a timeless lesson, that with patience and persistence, even the most stubborn of treasures can be discovered. This tale illustrates the importance of patience and gentle perseverance, a theme central to many of Aesop's enduring fables. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the story. Now, let's dive deeper into some key vocabulary words from the story. They'll help us understand characters better and learn awesome new ways to express ourselves. Let's jump right in and explore the magic of words together. Are you ready? Let's get started. Playful, full of fun and play, characterized by a sense of amusement. Example: Rover, the playful dog, loved chasing seagulls on the beach. Exploring, to travel through an unfamiliar area in order to learn about it. Example: Rover enjoyed exploring the rocks near the water's edge. Tightly, firmly or closely in a way that does not allow for movement. Example: the oyster remained tightly shut despite Rover's efforts. Eagerly, showing keen interest or enthusiasm. Example: Rover eagerly searched for a pearl inside the oyster. Frustrated, feeling annoyed or upset because of inability to achieve something. Example: Rover grew more frustrated as the oyster wouldn't open. Nudge, to push gently. Example: Krusty suggested Rover nudges the oyster with his nose. Astonishment, great surprise or amazement. Example, Rover's eyes widened in astonishment when the oyster opened. Perseverance, continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties or delay in achieving success. Example, Rover's perseverance paid off when he found the pearl. Enduring, lasting over a long period of time, persistent. Example, the story of Rover and the oyster teaches us an enduring lesson. Embarrassed, feeling ashamed, self-conscious, or uncomfortable about something. Example, Rover felt embarrassed when Krusty saw his unsuccessful attempts to open the oyster. Uplifting, making someone feel happier or more hopeful. Example, the story of Rover and the oyster is uplifting, teaching us valuable lessons about patience and perseverance. Persist, to continue firmly or obstinately in an action or belief despite difficulty or opposition. Example, Krusty encouraged Rover to persist in his efforts to open the oyster. Great job! Exploring new words with me today. Keep learning and sharing these cool words with your friends and family. Don't forget to like this video, share it with others who love stories, and subscribe for more fun adventures in learning. See you next time. Thanks for watching.